Oh, that phone case is cute. Whoever's phone that is.
Sorry.
The phone case is cute.
Yeah.
Anyone have the score of the debate? No?
Still going on.
It's still going on? All right, we'll see who the strong finisher is. I really liked our effort tonight. Backcourt, I thought we were flying around and scrambling and making plays and keeping the ball off the floor just transitioning and working. And that was certainly one of the goals going into today. This was a really short turnaround from 10 sets in about 30 hours, plus pretty big travel and your first days of school. And and you're not quite sure what you're going to be able to get out of your group. And, I think when you're moving through a season, you start establishing a personality of what you stand for and what you're going to be about. And I was happy to see us get out there in the court and playing hard and playing together and scrambling the way that we were tonight.
Yulia, just can you talk about your night in terms of just, since you've been kind of coming back from that injury, how did you feel tonight? What did you think was kind of working? Obviously, this was a pretty efficient evening for you.
I feel like I was just dominated by joy, to be honest. We were talking about, it doesn't matter how many first nights you have in a Fieldhouse, first games of the season, it always feels so good. And I was just trying to soak it in and ball out. And it's so good to always be at home and have a chance to be around this community. So to be honest, I was just going with it and being joyful.
What was that phrase you said?
Going with it.
No, dominating joy. Is that what you said?
Dominated by joy.
Dominated by joy. If that doesn't make everybody's headlines, then something's wrong. Sorry.
No, but
I mean, what a phrase! I love that, man. That's awesome.
No.
I guess I'll start with Cece. Early on, there's been so much reliance for points from Sarah, and yet tonight you guys, whether it was you, Eula has 14, Devin 13, getting points all over the place. The importance of having that sort of variety in your offense and how you try to approach it.
Yeah, I think a lot of the trust is in the whole team. I feel like Charlie's been doing a really good job flinging the ball around and trusting each other, and that's something we've been working on in practice. And one of our keys tonight was actually to establish the middle to open it up for the pins, and I think we executed that really well. So, yeah.
On that same line, your scoring is not normally your forte, and yet today it seemed like you really established yourself up there after starting the season not even getting to play up front. Did you hit a rhythm, find holes in their defense? Or?
Yes, and I feel like it's just the mentality of focusing on what's forward and not getting stuck of what last day looked like, especially when you are kind of trying to manage this injury. Every day looks different. So just going into the game and not thinking, about the consequences, but focusing on this moment and staying in the present. That's I feel like that's a big thing for me recently, and just helping to be more efficient.
Cece, 6 blocks tonight. Just can you talk about not only your play on that side of in that part of the game, but just overall for the team, and what do you think kind of was key to the team's success in that regard?
Yeah, for sure. I think, you can say the credit's on me, but it's really on the pin blockers for setting those blocks. Eula right here did a really good job communicating what they were running and setting those up. Same thing with Devin, Anna, Sarah, and when Carter was in, working with that too. So I think our communication overall is what allowed us to have so many blocks, was because we're tracking what they're doing. So.
for both players. The start of the season has been a high pressure, big teams, close matches, tough. How important or how much fun was it tonight? When you come out and you're in control all night and you kind of feel like you're playing at the top instead of chasing.
I feel like having those games, experiencing those games, allow you to have a mindset of, I'm trying to bring out the best in every action, regardless of who is my opponent. You know what I mean? Because I know what's coming. I know what games we'll be facing. So, like, putting that standards on us and going forward, developing, because we know who is going to be at the, you know what I mean? If we play the best volleyball, who we're going to face at the end. Because if we do, we are going to see those teams again. So it's kind of allowing you to have that mentality of always being aggressive and always not depending on the score, just rising your game.
Yeah, I feel like we learned a lot as a team, thankfully at the beginning of the year instead of the end. And I feel like just growth for each match, I think, is the big thing and key for us. And that we're never satisfied no matter what the score is, how we played. We're always trying to look for more ways to get better.
Kelly, just want to get your thoughts on, the serving tonight. I mean, there were a few errors, but it seemed like there was a lot of good stuff too. But what were your thoughts there?
Well, our goal isn't to go into a match be airless behind the service line. That's not a goal. We're at 93-94% in, and this match, which is really good. It's a skill that we're working hard at. It's I feel like we've got we need to be good behind the service line for 6 rotations, and we're not there yet as a team. It's something that I feel like we're getting better at. I thought tonight we were hitting balls into good space, and that was what we were wanting to do. And I thought we were really good in that area. And credit to Milwaukee. I mean, we put in some good serves and we blocked, but they didn't give us many points, which is, when you see those scores, you think you're going to see a lot of hitting out of bounds. I mean, out of their 15 attack errors, 10 were our blocks, and so that's 5 balls that are either hit out of the bounds net or antenna. That's not a lot. They didn't give us a lot of free points behind the service line. And so, there was a lot of, out of those 75 points that we scored, they were earned on our side. They played fairly clean on their side of the net. We got some good serves in there, and certainly we've got some aces on there. But it was earned because they made us work for it.
Kelly, talking about having Morgan out there, a Wanakee kid, freshman, getting to take in those final 2 points, and Cece and Yulia too, talking about just the atmosphere of the Fieldhouse and everything. Having Morgan out there as a Wisconsin kid, first regular season home opener, just the emotions and why put her out there and for those 2 points.
And we had 4 players tonight that this was their first regular season match in the Fieldhouse. And, one of the things we talked about going in is that, that first match is being out there is something else, and it never gets old. I mean, it just, and I mentioned that in front of the team, and you saw the people that have been here for 3, 4, 5 years that are all nodding their head in agreement. It's it never gets old walking out there, and you get goosebumps every time. Morgan, yeah, I mean, I can only imagine what that felt like for her to go back there, and because I'm sure there's been a lot of times she's been there in the stands as a fan since she was a little kid, and dreaming, and I would guess for any Wisconsin kid, especially anybody from Dane County, you go out there and you're out on the court closing out a set that has to be a dream, all right, and. But she's working for it. I mean, she's working, and everybody else that was out there for the first time, they're putting the work in, and yeah, there's no freebies here.
One more of an important one, Kelly. The cheerleaders were there tonight for the first time. Is that your instigation? Do you know where that comes from? Do you have a thought, or did you notice a part of the environment you're trying to create?
No, if it's good for the fans, it's good all the way around. I'm quite honestly, when they're cheering, I'm probably not paying attention to that area of the field house. We're usually in a little huddle and timeout. There's a lot of places that you go to that have them, and we've not been one of them. And hopefully it was something that everybody was excited about.
You guys notice or care?
No, to be honest, I don't think I.
The only time I noticed
Notice.
it was when they were on the side when we were going up to enter the game. They were kind of over on the side
Yeah,
cheering. That's the only
yeah.
time I really noticed them. But yeah, if it's great for the atmosphere, it's
Yeah.
great for the atmosphere.
It doesn't
I will
change
tell you
much,
this. I
but-
mean, they share our field house. We know how hard they work. I mean,
Yeah.
they are in the field house a lot. They have long days. It is really impressive to see that group, the cheerleaders, the dance team. I mean, it is late nights. I don't know. It's almost a challenge of saying, all right, we can't let that group over there outwork us because they're putting the work in. And so appreciative of them being a part of the program, certainly. Thank you.
Thank you.